You're welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be taking you through the process of making this beautiful bra cup. Is a homemade bra cup. You can see how curvy it is. So I want to show you how you can avoid having a flat bust cup, bra cup rather, after caging. All right, so it all starts with your pattern. Okay, so I have my basic bodies here. So I have my that line here. Then from here I reduced it by ½ inch. So I'm going to mark a line here. Now if you want to have a very curvy bra cup, the distance between this your line of that and the other leg of that should not be less than 2 inches. If not, you're going to have a flat bra cup. Okay, it should not be less than 2 inches. That means it should be from 2 inches up. All right, so I've gone ahead to mark 2 inches. Then the next thing you should do is that you are going to come down here by 1 inch or ½ inch, depending on what you want. So I'm going to do the same to this other side. This is to make the cup not to be too sharp. All right, so I'm going to connect with a curve. Then at this point you just try and blend this part and also blend this part so that it doesn't look too sharp. Then the next thing, to get this line here, don't just go up straight. Find the midpoint of this your shoulder line and connect it to this line. So this is the center of the line. So I'm going to take it all the way to this up line. Alright, so from here you can determine how high you want your cup to be, how exposed you want it. You can use between 2.5 inches to 4 inches depending on how covered you want it to be. So let us just use 3 inches. So on this part, for bust tightening, I usually use 1.5 inches, but if your client is bigger, you can increase the measurement. Okay, so I'm going to share the 1.5 inches between these two space. So this is 0.75, 0.75. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect it. The next thing is your bust dart. Don't miss that. Take your bust dart. This is 1 inch. Then you connect to your bust point. Then after that, in order to start taking your cup line, try and fold this place because you won't be imputing it in your cup. Alright, so I have closed up this part. So the next thing I'm going to do is to get the distance from here to here. You can use 3 inches depending on the line you want here. So I'm using 3 inches. Then on this part I'm going to use 3.5 inches, or you can make it 4 inches depending on how big you want your cup to be. Or you can just take the distance from this part to this part. This is 3 inches. Then you mark here and add something to this side, maybe between ½ inch to 1 inch. Okay, because the bust is fuller by the side, not by the center. Then you take your curve. Alright, so this is it. Alright, so at this point I'm going to cut out my pattern and I'm going to transfer it to this laminated foam. This is how it looks like. So I'll show you what it looks like after cutting it out. Alright, so after cutting out the pattern, I transferred it to the laminated foam and I went ahead to mark the bust point area and the under bust point area, as you can see. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to make sure that the two end aligns while sewing. Okay, so I'm going to use a zigzag stitches to stitch it. So just like that, I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and use zigzag stitches to run through it, making sure that the bust point area aligns, most importantly, so that you will not have a shorter one. All right, so after
Right,
stitching
so
it,
after
this is
stitching it,
what
this is what
it
I
looks
have.
like. As you can see, it's
This is
very
the other
curvy.
side. As you can see, the back up
So
is
the next
already
thing is that
formed.
I'm going to
Okay.
impute my
All right, so
patterns for caging. Just play around it. I have vertical lines and horizontal lines, and most importantly, make sure that the curvy part of your boning is facing the curvy part of your bra cup, so that you won't have your cup flat after sewing. Okay. All right, so after caging it, this is how it came out. You can see how curvy it is. This is how the back looks like. So if you find these tutorials helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Bye.